So here it is, the #1 Mythbusters most memorable moment. And appropriately, the top 25 countdown concludes with a countdown.
Jamie wants big boom.
Big boom, big boom, big boom.
In 3,
2, 1.
Explosions. Combustions. Conflagrations. Pressure vessels that undergo catastrophic failure. And plain old big booms.
oh yeah.
Everybody, say it with me. Jamie wants big boom.
Are all part of the fabric of the show.
That's what we do on Mythbusters. We blow crap up.
And so here at #1, we celebrate the biggest booms, the most deafening detonations, and the scariest fireballs. But first, to start the end with a bang, we salute the all-time fan favorite explosion, the truck that disappeared in the light.
Cement truck is by far the fans' favorite explosion, full stop.
Well, we're going to use 850 pounds of commercial blasting agent.
Isn't this like the biggest explosion we've done on Mythbusters?
This is the biggest by like 1,000%.
I think the cement truck became a fan favorite because it's like your first kiss. It's something that you're going to remember.
Well, that's what we do on Mythbusters. Is we take large objects and make them into very small objects. But it wasn't the explosion itself, per se, that gets people going about it.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
It was the simple elegance of the whole thing. First it was there, and then it was just gone. It blows people away.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Big piece of junk coming down, man.
And there's an aspect of it that I really wish could be communicated that just isn't there in the episode, which is we were standing 1.5 miles from where that truck blew up, which meant that the shockwave and the sound took 2 different periods of time to reach us. We stood there and we watched this silent explosion.
And literally a second later, a shockwave hit us, which nobody was expecting, and it felt like somebody had just hit me in the chest.
It seems so peaceful, and then it just like...
If you have a chance to watch a cement truck get filled with 850 pounds of ammo and blown up, I highly recommend it.
Well, there's your problem.
Where'd it go? It's all gone. There's no more truck.
I left it right here. Mythbusters 1, cement truck 0.
This has got nothing to do with the myth. This is just a big boom.
But that was just the start of a beautiful big boom relationship. Over the years, the team has had the opportunity to savor and appreciate a wide variety of explosions and conflagrations.
Because the show's been on the air for so long, and because we've been able to work with so many different types of explosions,
and every explosion has its own texture, its own feel.
Bye-bye! When in doubt, C4.
The high-speed explosives, like the plastic explosives, C4, etc., those tend to be really snappy. Those tend to have a very sharp crack. And they don't last very long.
3, 2, 1. Like exploding microwave.
Low-speed explosives like dynamite and ammo, they have a much throatier thud. You really feel them in your solar plexus. They're awesome.
But big is not always best. Carrie, for one, prefers a little bloom in her booms, a visual flourish that requires additional ingredients.
my favorite explosions always involve some sort of fuel. I love when you add gasoline. I love when you add propane. I love when you add coffee creamer.
3, 2, 1.
I mean, it was like Armageddon. And we had this huge 50-foot wall of flames coming down on us. And it was like, holy crap, I'm gonna die. That was frightening!
Quite honestly, though, my favorite explosions of all aren't even technically, from a physics standpoint, explosions. And it's watching hot water heaters fail.
Normally with an explosion, you have control over it. You have a primer, you have your finger on the button, you have the countdown, it goes off. But when you're waiting for a pressure vessel to explode, you have no idea when it's gonna go off. You have no idea how big it's gonna be.
Oh, this is killing me.
Those moments, they're probably the most exciting.
Now, another thing that people don't realize on the show is that we often end up exploding things that aren't specifically explosives. For example, CO2.
Two words. Sounds like.
Sometimes people ask us if we're acting when an explosion goes off, and we're screaming and yelling and high-fiving. It's an explosion, are you kidding me?
Yeah! There's something about that release of energy. You feel it, and you feel a little scared and a little excited.
Okay. Is everybody okay?
Explosions are sort of a cathartic release. You get this amazing, beautiful, dirt-throwing, flame-throwing plume that throws a shockwave at you that you can just feel.
Why are explosions such an integral part of the show?
No more car!
Well, it's not only because we love to blow stuff up.
One way that you can tell that Mythbusters has been in the area is to look for shrapnel in the trees.
It really seems to be that most of the best stories end with something being destroyed in some spectacular fashion. And when you want to destroy something and in a spectacular fashion, well, we've tried most things, and few things work better than explosions.
Which gives us the opportunity to reconfirm the myth that it's better to end with a bang.
We made something blow up.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the chart-topping, most memorable Mythbusters Greatest Hits.